I just want to find a scholarship.
To grow, to get better, to just find a job.
Yeah, they were just looking for students who have leadership, extracurricular activities, community involvement.
Ambiguity is not going to help you, but
Exactly.
specificity will.
If I choose computer science, I was not able to support that.
I really wish that happened because BC is so close to us. I could have probably got to know you. You want to talk a little bit about your scholarship because we talked about it, but we talked about it in bits and pieces.
I've got an admission offer from the University of British Columbia, but I didn't get a scholarship because it was really limited, and it's really, really competitive because there are a lot of applicants from all over the world, and they have really, really limited set of scholarship. They're just providing scholarship to, I think, 45 to 50 people annually, and I couldn't. But I think it's also a very great achievement to have an admission offer, and I can use it. For example, if I want to apply for other universities or other scholarship opportunities, this kind of a gold medal for me. And I think this is because this is all because of the work that I've worked on my English, and
It is. A
I
huge
think
part
that's
of it
always.
is. A huge part of it is. And I really wish that happened because BC is so close to us. I mean, it's okay. You're gonna get more opportunities. No worries. You're like still super young, so you're gonna have like a lot of opportunities. But I wish that happened because, as I said, BC is like super close to us.
Yeah,
I could have probably got to know you. But like, yeah, without a scholarship, it's gonna be very hard. Like, it's gonna be the
yeah,
cost is so high. The cost is like so high.
exactly.
Even with scholarship, people cannot afford like a lot of things. Like, let alone without it. Like, it's gonna be tough. And Canada has become very. They're changing their minds about like immigration, like scholarships, everything. They're like trying to limit everything as much as they can because I think they've brought a lot of people in the past 3 4 years. Not only Afghans, they brought like they brought in I think like 43,000 Afghans because they promised that we're gonna just extract a lot of Afghans during the fall of Afghanistan. That's why they're like, I think they've overcrowded their immigration system, and now people are like a little bit unhappy because a lot of people came in suddenly and they were very different. They could not assimilate as quickly as they expected them to, and that's why I think they're like hitting the brake a little bit on the immigration thing. Doesn't matter if
Yeah,
it's scholarship, doesn't matter if it's work permit, doesn't matter if it's just direct asylum. uh they're not like, they're trying to hit the brake a little bit on that one. But I'm 100% sure that you're gonna get pretty good scholarships. I'm 100% sure.
thank
Keep
you.
trying.
At first, I was looking for American universities and scholarship because they're providing fully funded scholarship to
Hmm.
international students, especially students with a background of Afghanistan, especially Hazara community there. For example, but after coming Trump back to power, they're not giving visa to, I think, 12 countries, including Afghanistan. And I
Hmm.
couldn't. I can apply, for example, I can apply for their universities and I can get admission, but I cannot apply for visa, and they will not give me visa. And right now, I'm working on some other university as well. I've applied for Turkey personal application. They're providing 5,000 scholarship annually to international students, uh, and these days I'm working on Kazakhstan scholarship, and I'm planning to apply to as many scholarship or university as I can. For example, some European countries, Malaysia, Indonesia, um, any scholarship that can help me, for example, that can cover all the tuition fee for me. Because for someone from Afghanistan like me, or for anyone, it's really hard to
For
cover
anyone,
all the tuition fees, and
dude, it's for
without a
anyone. Even
scholarship,
people
yeah,
living here, they cannot afford it that
it's
easily.
really hard.
A lot of
And
Canadians cannot send their kids to college, a lot of them.
they're all a very, I don't know, a lot of people who are seeking scholarship opportunities right now, especially from Afghanistan right now. Girls cannot go to school and
Yeah.
universities. They're just looking for scholarship opportunities. For boys as well, they're, for example, they're not motivated to go to, for example, universities inside Afghanistan because the Taliban changed everything. And for example, the educational materials, they're not like before, and they're like mostly
They're not as
regional.
good. Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of like an ideology in Afghanistan, and we don't like to go to universities inside Afghanistan. And after, for example, right now, there are a lot of people who are graduate from university, but they cannot find a good job. They cannot go to, for example, and they cannot find a good job. They're jobless and they're just looking for physical works. And whenever we see, for example, those kind of people, I just want to find a scholarship, and it will be, for example, a good opportunity for me to um, I don't know.
Yeah, to grow, to get better, to just find a job,
Yeah,
to fix your
uh,
future a little bit better. Yeah, I know, I understand.
exactly,
It
exactly.
makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
I started working on the ISP application International Scholarship Program. It was on October 2025. And at that time, I was just looking for scholarship opportunities for universities. And at that time, I was not that fluent in English, and I hadn't passed any international tests like TOEFL or Duolingo English test. And it was one of the most important or fundamental requirements from the university, especially American or Canadian universities. And at that time, I was just looking for scholarship opportunities, and it was on a Telegram channel. I think it was on Future Hub. I don't know, Afghan Future Hub, I think. And I find the University of British Columbia scholarship right there, and I opened the website and
Mm-hmm.
look for the eligibility and criteria and all
Mm-hmm.
the requirements. And I started working on the ISP application for it at first, International Scholars Program. There was an application, and I had to, for example, I had to complete some essays, and I had to write about each one of them. It was, I think, about 5 essays or five questions that I had to answer each one of them. For example, they were just asking about my extracurricular activities, community involvement, volunteer activities, or my anything else, for example, to impact on the society, because they were just looking for students who have leadership, who have extracurricular activities, community involvement, or anything like that. And I started working on writing the answer for each one of this question. And for each question, I think I worked for 2 days on the library. I was just brainstorming, writing the first draft, revising, dating, and showing it to my teachers, my friend, for example, to look for correction and for give me some feedback.
Okay.
And I submitted that application. It was, I think, on November 15 or 17, I think. And after that, there was another application, admission, and the application was for university admission, and it was somehow way easier for me because I went through that application before, and the second application was somehow easier for me. And there was also some kind of essays. There was about 5 questions, and they were somehow similar to the preface application. And I also needed a nominator, and a recommendation letter from any teacher from high school or any institution like English Academy or anything. And I submitted that application. It was on December 17, I think, and I received the fee waiver as well. It was about I needed to pay 170 Canadian dollar for that, but I received a fee waiver, and I received an email by the name of Next Step, and on that they were just guiding me to upload other documents like high school diploma, transcript, language certificate test, and the supplemental application for the major that I've picked for myself. And I choose for there was two choice at the application to the university. My first choice was Bachelor of Media Studies, and the second was a Bachelor of Fine Arts, because I've worked as a photographer and documentary filmmaker with some organization inside Afghanistan, like EBA. And on that application, I had to write some essays for example, for media-related staffs. And I had I had included some a collection of my photography that was from a girls' school in Kabul, and a documentary video, and that was in, I don't know, a photography gallery inside Afghanistan. And there was, for example, there was a lot of application, and I had submitted all of them. I had passed the Duolingo English test with a score of 125. It was like a very long process from applying to a scholarship, applying to university, for
It
example,
is.
for admission.
But it's gonna be much easier for you next time, right? Like, because the first time is like very hard. Next time you're like super ready.
It was really, really hard because
I know.
at that time my English was not that good, and what really helped me was watching YouTube videos, because there are a lot of students who got admission from this kind of universities, and I almost watched about 20 or 30 videos from those students, and they were sharing their experience. For example, what should we write on the personal profile essays, what we should do, for example, after that, and everything. For example, what is most important, grade or extracurricular activities, or anything else. And about the GPA from high school, I have, for example, I have 98.57, I think, out of 100 on my high school diploma, which is really good.
Wow.
Yeah. And
that's crazy, dude.
What really helped me to get admission from the University of British Columbia, I think it was my high grade, and also the study of my choice. I chose Bachelor of Media Studies, and I had a lot of experience. For example, I've attended to some photography class in Kabul, Afghanistan. I've attended to Afghanistan photographers on EPH, and it was, I think,
nice.
Cortege Char. And I had their certificate, and I had a lot of experience as a photographer and documentary filmmaker with this kind of organization in Kabul, Afghanistan. And they helped me to get admission from this university. And even I couldn't imagine to get admission from this university, but I did, and I think it's a great achievement. And I can, for example, when I want to apply for any other university, any other scholarship opportunity, you can say I got admission from this university, but I couldn't cover all the tuition fee, and I'm looking for any other scholarship that could, for example, cover all the tuition fee. And it's
that's
kind
an
of
amazing achievement, by the way. It's not easy. They're not giving admission to everybody.
Yeah, and at that time, when I was watching videos on YouTube, there was kind of Chinese students and other, for example, Canadian students, and they couldn't get acceptance in the first year, and they were just trying, for example, for the second time. And for me, it was really, really hard at first, but I did all the process. I went through all the process really, and I worked on my application really seriously. And
What
I
are
think that's it.
your top three, for example, recommendations for people who are pursuing scholarships and admissions from universities anywhere in the world? What are some things that you actually learned the hard way, and now if somebody is starting to do those stuff, you're going to tell them, dude, do it this way? Like, what are the top three recommendations?
Well, I think at first I'm not at that level to give advice to some
I
other
know, but
people.
still, like,
I, I'm
it's a huge
I'm saying something
experience.
from my experience, from my own experience,
Yeah,
that
yeah, that would be good.
if anyone, if you want to get admission, if you want to win a scholarship from a competitive scholarship from, or if you want to get into a very I don't know, top tier university in the world, at first you should look at all the requirements. You should do it yourself, because there are a lot of, I don't know, agents and other people who are doing the work for you. But this is not good. This is not good. You
Hmm.
should do it yourself. You should understand all the, for example, the requirement, and do it yourself, because it's kind of a unique. It's unique, I think. No one can write motivation letter for you. No one knows you better than yourself, and you should do it yourself. And especially in Afghanistan, there are a lot of agents, or a lot of, I don't know, for example, they're paying money to people, and to pass their language test. And if you do it, for example, if you do it that way, you will lose in the interview, and they will reject you, because they will know you. And for example, your personal profile, your motivation letter, and yourself, your real self, are something really different, and you're not the same. And if you want to apply for scholarship opportunities, if you want to win a scholarship, you have to do it yourself. You have to, I don't know, rate all the criteria. You have to check the website and everything. And after that, I think when you understand all the criteria, when you understand all the requirements, you will know that that is a good you are a good fit for that scholarship or not. And if you do it yourself, I think you will, I don't know, you will
At the
get
very
better
least, I know,
results.
like, I understand what you're saying. It's just that at the very, very least, like, worst case scenario, if you even don't get the scholarship, at least you get experience, right? For the next one,
Exactly,
if you
yeah.
do it yourself. And then it's going to be unique. It's not going to be something generic. Like, if you give it to somebody else, they're just going to generate some stuff. Maybe you get past that stage, but as you said, you're going to fail the interview. Or even if you don't fail the interview, you're going to just fail here. Like, I mean, not here. Like, I mean, you're going to fail in the university or somewhere else. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
always better to do yourself. Even if you mess it up, even if it's not as good, they're gonna know it's you or it's someone else. They're just gonna It's gonna be
exactly.
much better. It's gonna be much better. So first of all, let's just do it yourself, because of all the reasons that you said. What is something
Yeah.
else that you learned that is gonna be useful for somebody else?
Well, I think one of the most important thing is English.
Hmm.
Working on our English is one of the fundamental requirements, or one of the most important thing for any scholarship that we want to apply. And we have to know it. And if we know English, we can check the website ourselves. We can write the motivation letter ourselves. We can do all the process. But if we don't know, if we don't understand English, we cannot do anything. And I think at first, writing motivation letter or personal profile is really hard. And I was at that time when I was working on my motivation letter. At first, it was really hard, and I was not able to come up with good ideas about that question. I
Hmm.
was just thinking, how should I start answering to this question? For example, what is good to write? What is bad? For example, what if they think it's not a good motivation letter or a good personal profile. And it was really, really hard. And for 2 days, I think, in the library, I was just overthinking about that. But I think at first, just take the action. And if you know that you're a good fit for that, if you know that you have met all the eligibility criteria, so go for it.
I
And
think it would help if you start a little bit earlier as well, right?
what
Like
did you,
I think it would help if you start the English part a little bit earlier as well, because it's going to take a little bit more time. So if you start it earlier, you're going to catch up by the time you want to start any process for scholarships.
yeah, exactly. I think if I started earlier, if I at that time, as I said before, as I told you before, I was not that fluent. I was not that good in English. And when I submitted the first application for ISP, I hadn't passed any international test. And on that application, there was a section, for example, for certificates, for the awards, for the any medal or anything that and the applicants have received, for example, previously. And on that part, I just included some certificate from English classes and I didn't have, for example, TOEFL or Duolingo or anything else. I think it's one of the reasons they didn't choose me. And well, of course, it's really, really hard and competitive because most of the applicants, they have good SAT score, they have really good IELTS or TOEFL score. And if we start earlier working on our application, working on our English, if we have, for example, good score of SAT score, TOEFL, IELTS, or anything else, if we have good extracurricular activities, community involvement, we can do it, and it's not that hard. But
Yeah, that's something that matters a lot here, the extracurricular activities, because here, a lot of kids, when they're in school, they're kind of forced to do a lot of stuff outside school. Like they go and work in a lot of the coffee shops. They just work in some other places. They have to do a lot of volunteer stuff. There are a lot of organizations like the food bank, like there are a lot of organizations that they allow
yeah,
a lot of people to work as a volunteer, and a lot of the teenagers, they work as a volunteer in those organizations, and it's going to become really good experience for them. But in Afghanistan, it's like a little bit difficult, but it's still achievable. It's still something doable. I think you can do it. Like you can achieve some sorts of extracurricular activities if you attend to those stuff a little bit earlier before you finish the school, you know. And any third recommendations? Anything that pops into your mind?
well, I don't know, but yeah, as you mentioned, in Afghanistan, it's really hard. I think the third piece of advice that I can give to those students who want to apply for any scholarship opportunity or any university is figuring out, I don't know if it's correct or not, their interest, for example, what they're interested in, their major,
You
because
said it
it's really, really
perfectly.
important. Yeah, it's really, really important to pick up a really good major because you are going to write your personal profile based on that major. You are going to, for example, give some kind of supporting reason why you want to pick this major, why you want to study this major at this university, and what you want, for example, in the future, and what is your future, I don't know, your future plan. And it's really, really important to pick up a good major. For example, in my case, I chose media studies, and I had some kind of um, extracurricular activities, or I don't know, experience as a photographer. They're kind of really directly relevant to each other. But if I choose, for example, if I choose computer science or anything else, law, or I don't know, and at that time I was not able to support that, why I want to study this major, why I want to for example, become a liar in the future or anything else. I think it's really important to pick up what you're interested in, what you want, what you love. And if we pick up the best measure or what we interested in, so we should have some kind of experience about that. We should have, for example, attended to some classes, courses on internet. For example, there are some kind of a lot of online classes. For example, if we want to study computer science, there are some kind of coding class. I don't know. I don't know the name, but there are a lot on Agha Coursera. I don't know. There are a lot of
So what you're
online
saying
classes.
is what we pick should have some alignment with what we've experienced as an extracurricular activity or anything we've done other than school. It should match with something, right? Like you have to have something.
Exactly. They should be
That's why you have to
relevant.
figure it out before applying for it. You have to figure out what you want.
Yeah, exactly. And the admission committee, they will know that you have a clear goal. You know what you want from your life, and you will be, for example, a successful person on your career, on your, I don't know, measure. And if you have some kind of vague, I don't know, plans or they will not choose you. They will just reject you because they think that you're not even, I don't know.
Ambiguity is not gonna help you, but
Exactly.
specificity will. I understand. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, you said you're living in Alberta, Canada, yeah?
Yeah, Alberta.
So, is there any scholarship or any, for example, um, opportunity that I can apply for that and that would be beneficial for me? Because
I've
I'm looking for that. This is my goal.
I've been such an inactive person ever since I've come here. Like I haven't done anything honestly, and I've been like very inactive, and I hate myself for it. But it's true. I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't met anybody. I haven't seen those universities. But all I know is that we have some of the best universities in entire, not only in entire Canada, in entire North America. It's like
Hmm.
some of the best universities, and the best of the best is called SAIT, 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 and that's one of the biggest universities in entire, as I said, North America. And there are some very good universities here. U of C, which is University of Calgary, which is the
Calgary,
city,
yeah.
yeah, Calgary, the city I'm living in. And U of A, is that a thing? University of Alberta? No, I don't think U of A is a thing. I think U of C, U of C, not UFC, U of C. I think they're already giving away like hundreds of scholarships to international students, because all I'm hearing about is the word international students with SAIT. They're like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Good.
they're like, I think it's going to be a very good opportunity. Just search about that one. I don't know a lot about that, and I'm so sorry, but I know
Oh.
that they're giving away a lot of scholarships.
I myself just know about the university, I mean, U of T, University
Hmm.
of Toronto, yeah.
Yeah,
And
University of Toronto. That's how we name things.
they
Yeah.
have a really limited amount of scholarship each year. And
Hmm.
U of T, I think they have just 37 scholarship annually, and it's really I don't know, competitive and limited, and there are a lot of applicants, thousands or maybe um, tens of thousands of applicants from all over the world, like India, China, and UBC as well. And I didn't know anything about other universities if they have, for example, a scholarship opportunity, so I can apply for them.
Right.
So
Uh,
I'll look for
yeah.
SAIT. It was
Sure.
SAIT?
Yeah. SAIT. Imagine
SAIT.
imagine SAIT with a T instead of D.
Okay.
It's just, yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's a huge one. Like it's really big. It looks very big, and I've heard that it has like thousands of students. Like the numbers, I don't remember the numbers, but the numbers that some of the students from SAIT and some of the students from UFC told me, like I have a very vague memory of it that I've talked to a bunch of students from SAIT and University of Calgary, and the numbers that they gave me was staggering. Like it was crazy. So I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a very good chance for a lot of students to just follow through with these institutions.
I'll look for that.